Hello, Master Numerologist Alvin with part two of my analysis of Margaret Thatcher. Let's take a look at Margaret Thatcher's transitional numbers. And as you can see, the first number of 4 is the energy of self-discipline, self-control. The 4 energy builds platforms. It creates foundations. But it's also a number that has a very strong awareness of when something that is not working that needs to be dismantled. And so a 4 energy not only raises foundations, it also dismantles them. Sometimes ideas and ideologies are just old and they're no longer service, they're just old and they're no longer um, serving the cause that they was originally was meant to serve. You just, time catches up with everything, and you have to sometimes just, change your procedure. So the 4 energy is about change. It's about building. It's about strengthening platforms. It's about erecting platforms. It's also about dismantling. She left on the 8th energy. The 8th energy it has a very strong affinity for business, for acquiring resources. It's a very heavy energy. It's a very disciplinary energy. It's a very grounding energy, and therefore the 4 and the 8 when they come together, they just like a powerhouse. It's like a left and a right that's gonna knock you out. But in order to be successful, she had to have a lot of creativity. She had to understand the power of communication, and so the 8 and the 4 also brought with them the power of the 3 energy, which is found right here. When the 4 and the 8 comes together, it drops down to make that 12, which drops down to make that 3, and the 3 rules arguments. You have to be able to win your arguments. You have to be able to counteract those arguments when you're up against Parliament. And then the year that she left, you can see where the energies is breaking somewhat from hard to soft, but nevertheless, right here, you can see the 1 and the 3 energy that makes that 4. Well, what happens is April is also a 4 energy right here. And so those two 4s coming together to create, another 8 energy right there. And let me show you something else. Like when you look at these two energies here, the energy that sits between the 8 and the 6, you see that 14 that drops down and make that 5 energy. Well, when I swing this 3 energy here and connect with that 5 energy there, then another 8 vibrational energy is revealed. Do you guys see that? Okay, now she was strong as a communicator, and that's self-evident by this 3 that you see here, and also by the 3 that sits here. And also there's a quiet 3 moving through between that 2 and that 1 that makes another 3s. Well, those double 3s is going to create some hidden 6s. But when you add her 4 sub-elements together, it drops down to the Divine Mother. This Mother energy is a very soft energy that contrasts with the hardness of the 4 and the 8. So the 6 energy was probably how she handled her affairs away from Parliament. What was vital and important to her was the nurturing aspect, because she's a woman, and all females have that very strong nurturing aspect. But in the arena of her profession, you see when you go across horizontally, you see this 18 energy. This 9 energy is hard. The 1 and the 8 makes that 9 energy hard. So it's not a pushover. But the core essence of a 9 energy is cooperative energies. It is about being able to reach across the aisle. But it's not a pushover because of the 1 and the 8. Now, when you look at her energy this way, you stack them this way, you see a different type of vibrational pattern when you stack them vertical. You see these two tools here? They're dropped down and make once again reinforcing their very strong masculine energy. Tools are soft, but in this case they're coming together to create this soft 4, but nevertheless it's a hard energy, right? Then you have the 7 energy that's flowing from the 2 and the 5. It's not that uh, prevalent and it's not that self-evident, but it's where it's supposed to be. It's in a very crucial place. Let me put it like that. And then when you add the 4 numbers together, come back to 9. Because when you look at the age energy to show you where how crucial it was. Well, before I do the age, see right here in the year 2013, like see the 2 and the 1 that drops down to make the 3 energy, and then this 3 energy here swings over to make that 6. That's just another indicator that away from Parliament, she was very nurturing. And then when you drop down to her age of 87, there's that 8 energy of power, of success. She probably was a very financially successful lady as well. And then you saw the gift of the 7 that's also there influencing her decisions, which was made from not a selfish perspective, but for she did it for the people. That's why she left on a 6th energy. She had great love and great respect for the people that she was servicing, but she knew she was walking into an arena of all male energies, and those male energies was kind of like probably did not respect her, felt as though she should not have been, in their arena. So one energy is Parliament, which is all men energy, and she had the nerve to step up in there. So let me show you the contrast numbers right quick. Until you can really get a deep appreciation for the power of Margaret Thatcher and what she was working with. I already broke down the first line up here, so let's take a look at the bottom line. The bottom energy is the energies that she incarnated with. This was in her, this was in her toolbox. This is what she came in with. She came in with the 1 of January. That's this number right here. So very strong, self-confident, very sure of herself, very dynamic, very focused, knowing that she could go all the way up to the top. And she did. She went all the way to the top. That's what that 1 meant. From an early age, her backbone was straight. Then you got to have a strategy. How you going to get to the top? So she was a very strategic type of individual, like a general. Knew how to read the blueprints. Knew how to set up the defenses. So that's what that 4 was all about. And then over here, she came with her resources. She came with ability to raise capital, to raise money, to raise resources. And you can see our friend, the 25, is still right there, quietly working behind the scenes. And then when you drop all 4, when you come across and add all 3 of the energies together, you're going to come back to the 4 energy, which is right here. And of course, this 4 combined with this 4 energy is going to create another 8 vibrational energy. Do you guys see that? You see those? Let me get this right. You see those 2 4s? This one and this one? See? When they come together, come back to this 8 energy here. So she came prepared. Before a soul incarnates, they create a chart. And, you come in with an objective. And there's no guarantee that you're going to succeed in that objective. But in her case, she came in with the right tools. She did not get distracted. She was able to utilize those tools, utilize them well, and she was able to get the job done. And then she left at 87. Meaning that that was the clue, what was really in her heart. The number that you leave on is a number that really tells the world what you was actually all about. The world might have preceded you as one thing, but a lot of times the world is erroneous in their conclusion about who an individual really was. But those exit numbers, that's why I enjoy looking at them so much, because those exit numbers, reveal what a soul was capable of doing and did do. So until the next video, I'd like for everybody to keep your heads up. And I want to encourage you this year in particular, because it's a 7th anniversary year, 2014. And I spoke about this in a few videos back, but let me share it once again. When you're moving through a 7th anniversary year, the vibration is more accessible. You'll be able to know God for yourself. And that's what you should be about. You shouldn't be letting somebody else tell you about God. You should get to know God yourself. And God is very knowable because God sits within each and every one of us. But we have to take time to explore our inner world. And I know the physical demands are very demanding. I know if you got a family and you got to work, and there's be very little time left over to explore your inner self. But you gotta find time. Sometimes I call it gotta steal time. You know, once you got the children tucked into bed and you took care of your wifely duties or your fatherly duties, um, before you close your eyes at night, give God some time. Go within. Search search for your inner truth. Before the family gets up in the morning, get up 30 minutes earlier. If you get up at 4, get up at 3:30. Spend some time with God. Spend some time with yourself. And believe me, the awards are great. My brother said that the harvest is plentiful, but the labors are few. There's few people working on themselves. So take the time out this year. And what I'm saying, by it being a 2014 or 7 universal year, it means that if you make just a little effort this year, then great results will be given unto you. Little effort equals great results. This is the time to do it. The heavens is dropped. You don't really, it's low hanging fruit. This year is low hanging fruit. And so be only wise to grab it while it's hanging low. So, to the next time, just affirm that you are the child of God. Keep your heads up. Peace.